Hi guys, it's so good to see you again. I've been away for a bit, but I wanted to share this piece with you. My goal here was to create something similar to a bloom that I did months ago on a round canvas, and it will show up here in just a second. And I sold this piece in Dallas at the Fluid Art Experience, and I loved it so much. So I wanted to see if I could create another very off-center bloom. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Now, in hindsight, I really should have started more off-center, but I didn't want to get too close to the edge for fear that I'd completely lose the center of the bloom. And when you see the final result, you're going to see that that clearly does not happen. But it was a good lesson for the next time that I do this, and I will definitely scoot it over a lot more to try and get the same effect that I had on that first piece that I showed you. Now my ingredients that I'm using, the pillow paint is PPG Multi-Pro. You can get it at Home Depot. I got it in eggshell. Valspar Ultra and BEHR Dynasty are the two ingredients for the pouring medium. There is no varnish in this recipe. So it's 2 parts of the Valspar Ultra to 1 part of the BEHR Dynasty, and the consistency is perfect. Here is the recipe for the cell activator: Amsterdam black and white with Australian Floetrol, and I am learning with my blowouts that I need to thin down my cell activator so that it will spread easier. So I actually used 4 parts of Australian Floetrol to 1 part of paint in this piece, and it turned out really well. I was pleased with it. So that's what I'm going to start using. And I may up it to like 4.5 parts. I don't know yet, but it really does help spread the cell activator over more areas of your bloom if you're not that proficient in blowing out, which I am not. I do not claim to be an expert in blooms at all. I have learned so much from the amazing bloomers out there. So it's always just an experiment and a work in progress, but I tend to like thinner cell activator, so give it a try. And this is where the old adage, patience is a virtue, comes in, waiting for the remaining cell activator to sink in the center. And trust me guys, it will. You just have to give it a little time. You can help it along by using your dryer and gently blowing straight down at it, or you can use a straw, but the trick is to just wait a few minutes for those cells to appear and to grow. It'll happen, y'all, I promise. I do want to mention something that I've started doing when I bloom, and that is spreading the pillow paint to cover the entire canvas when I pour it. I still just pour enough in the center, but then I'll take my finger and stretch out the paint to the edges of the canvas. Now that was already done here before you saw me doing that again with my finger. I just wanted to make sure the edges of the canvas, the perimeter, was still wet, but it did have paint spread out all the way to the edges. The reason I do this is because I've ruined a couple of pieces because the perimeter of the pillow paint left a raised mark on the canvas, and it showed after the piece dried, and I'm not comfortable selling those pieces. It's very moderate, but I can see it and you can see it if you're looking. So I no longer leave my canvas dry when I'm putting down my colors. It's completely covered with pillow paint. Now, when I think I'm done spinning my piece, I'll take a palette knife and stick the tip into the paint in the center just to gauge how thick the remaining paint is. And if it's still too thick, I will give it a few more spins. So I didn't get the off-center that I wanted, but I still love this piece because what I call the negative space, that area that doesn't have many cells or much lacing, it provides a gorgeous backdrop for the center of the bloom. There are times, and this is one of them, when I almost like that negative space more because the blended colors are just stunning and the movement of the paint is incredible. This frame from Jerry's Artorama was the perfect finish, and this piece is now hanging up in the gallery, waiting for its forever home. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and we'll see you on the next one.